Peoria, Illinois, where an afternoon together opens up a world of adventure, and every splash becomes a shared adventure, where imagination runs as big as the machines themselves, proving that wonder comes in all sizes.
Whoa!
In Peoria, every adventure begins with just one step, and every doorway leads to discovery.
If you want to improve your game, contact the Yard to book a batting cage or field today.
Is your business surrounded by success?
Ours is.
Absolutely. 100% yes.
Knowing your company is surrounded by the best in the business is a great feeling. And that's the feeling you'll have working with PIP.
They manage our direct mail campaigns.
They produce all of our signage. They print our marketing materials.
For marketing, signs, and print, surround your business with more than 50 years of success. PIP.
Here's another home improvement insight from Custom Bath Solutions. Most bathroom remodels happen for two reasons: to keep up with style trends or to keep up with your changing family. We can take today's neutral trends and pops of color and pair them with 2-day tub-to-shower conversions, a spa-like oasis, or a no-barrier shower with grab bars as your family needs. Get started today and save 10%. Call 309-699-1100, click on CustomBathroomSolutions.com, or visit the Prairie Home Alliance showroom in Washington.
At Auto House of Peoria, we pride ourselves in delivering the best ownership experience in Central Illinois. From newly redesigned state-of-the-art facilities to community involvement right here at home, Auto House of Peoria strives to be your premier auto destination. Shop online at AutoHouseOfPeoria.com today.
In goal from Takasaki, Japan, 0, Saki Tsuchiya. From Villavicencio, Colombia, 4, Yerdan Padilla. From Forsyth, Illinois, 5, Joella Livingston. From Bloomington, Illinois, 6, Sosi Dadekian. From Tinley Park, Illinois, 7, Leah Crotty. From Chatham, Illinois, 9, Ryland Law. From St. Louis, Missouri, 15, AJ Mayock. From Leroy, Illinois, 16, Bree Cordray. From Tinley Park, Illinois, 17, Emily Tobin. From Gulliford, Indiana, 18, Erica Wells. And from Burlington, Iowa, 23, Emily Murphy. Peoria City's head coach is John Cusack. Goalkeeper coach is Ethan Feynman. Technical director and general manager, Haley Parungo.
And with that, fans, welcome to Shea Stadium here in Peoria, Illinois, as it's Peoria City Soccer here in Illinois once more. It's KC Current taking on Peoria City here in an exhibition match as Peoria City takes a break from their Gateway Division schedule. I'm Cody Roskins flying solo tonight. Thank you to everyone tuning in. Again, it's the KC Current 2 taking on Peoria City. It'll be KC Current 2 in the white uniforms and teal shorts. Peoria City will be opposite of them in the full black kits with gold trim. Peoria City coming off their first victory in team history after defeating Junction FC 7-0 in their last outing here at Shea Stadium. They had 3 players record braces in that contest and a solo goal from Seymour to cap off the night. Opposite of them, as we were stating earlier, is the KC Current 2 out of Kansas City, Missouri. Obviously one of the many teams that feed into the development system for the mainstream and first team for KC Current. We're just about ready to get underway again here from Shea Stadium in Peoria, Illinois. The starters just rattled off, and we'll get those to you when we can. This is one of the few exhibitions that Peoria City has played this year in their inaugural season in the WPSL. For KC Current 2, this will be the middle part of a 3-game road trip for them. They swung up and saw Minnesota Aurora earlier this week. They will go down to St. Louis tomorrow to take on Lou Fuse Athletic, a team Peoria City just got done playing last week. It appears we're about ready to get started. And Sydney Watts will be in the center circle for KC Current 2, and we are underway from Shea Stadium. Emily Murphy will be at the top of the formation. Next to her, Erica Wells, who had a strong performance against Junction FC. Out left will be Rylan Law, who came off the bench for Peoria City in their last match. She will fill in at the left wing. Bree Cordray for Peoria City. Here's Watts for KC Current 2. Ball played top of the 6, blocked away. And sent out is Joella Livingston, last in possession for Peoria City. Skylar Briggs on the throw-in for KC Current 2. Ball chipped into the penalty area and will be easily taken in by Tsuchuya from Takasaki, Japan. Current strong on the ball defensively early. Not giving a ton of room for Peoria City to operate here in the opening moments. Ball flicked ahead and in behind to Samantha Williams. Leah Karate to Emily Tobin. Now Page will line it up the left wing. And then we'll roll out of the back for a goal kick. The Valparaiso Beacon, Saki Tsuchuya, previously played at Tyler Junior College, appeared in 31 games with 29 career starts, and will now be taking her talents to the Missouri Valley Conference with Valparaiso. Saw some fill-in time in the second half in that last match against Junction FC. They were able to get the regular goalkeeper Peyton Rhodes a bit of a breather, and now she will earn the start tonight here in the exhibition. Nice one-touch passing here for KC Current. Watts making life hard at the top of the formation. Now here's Rylan Law. She was one of the 3 members of Peoria City to collect a brace in the last match. Falls right back to Law. Never cooked pass leads to Current possession. Here's Olivia Page once more. A Shawnee, Kansas native. Now A.J. Mayock. She's run off the ball on our first foul of the game. We'll go against the Current. Peoria City hasn't had a ton of time with forward momentum in the first 5 and change. Tobin trying to dance out of traffic, gets a giveaway. Sydney Watts lays it back. Now back to Watts. Leah Crotty there. Watts still making her work for it. Line to the top of the 6. Couldn't get that left foot onto it. Now here's Rylan Law down the near side, and it will stick with Peoria City. Watts once again being a menace at the top of the formation. Weaves past one, laying it off. Back inside, they'll say play on, free ball inside. Dangerous territory for Situya. It will be hers as it rolls out the back. Perhaps a opportunity there for the Current to draw a penalty. Samantha Williams, she'll put one on. It sails over top of goal. It's the second time now she's had a good look at it. Ball gets over the top to Wells, but running out of real estate, back to the Current. Here's Emily Murphy trying to dance out of traffic and will do so. Emily Murphy with a pirouette to get away from 3 Current players. Run off the ball. Erica Wells there to clean it up. She'll drive on tough. She'll put one on, and it'll hop once to Lund. Mallory Lund, goalkeeper from Southwestern College by way of Wichita, Kansas. First time we've said her name tonight, appeared in 36 career games, all of which were starts. Back to Williams here on the near side. Put back up towards the top of the formation for Watts. Three-quarter A. So we are halfway through the 8th minute in this one. Again, Cody Roskins here at Shea Stadium in Peoria, Illinois, bringing you this exhibition match between Peoria City and KC Current 2. Ball laid off to Skylar Briggs. Trying to find some space to navigate. Peoria City just hasn't looked overly comfortable on the ball yet. Done well to stretch out KC in certain areas, but a little bit behind the back here has been maybe a half step behind in certain areas. Here's Tobin. John Husak, head coach Peoria City, spoke to him in the pregame, and he was very open. This is going to be a great measuring stick for our girls in their first season, getting a look at what is effectively the next level up and seeing where they can obviously improve throughout this season and heading in to the remainder of their collegiate eligibility. Cordray trying to find anything open. Lined up to Crotty. Will fall back to Cordray. In large part, Peoria City held to their own defensive third and half. Cordray once more. Here's Padilla. Padilla with the one touch. They have lost her footing there on the advance, but Mayock still with it, and once more out of play to the current. Ball contested in the midfield, just gets by Joella Livingston. Ricocheting off Crotty. Nearing the 12th minute here in the first half, still 0-0 between Peoria City and KC Current. Here's Emily Tobin once more. Over the top to Rylan Law. Running onto it was Murphy, just a half step behind, and she'll make Lund pivot it out. Addison Lang. Oh, and there's a half misstep. Erica Wells takes advantage. Wells still on her feet, strong. In defense was Lang. And perhaps that foul there prevents any forward momentum for Peoria City. Set up the free kick for Peoria City. They haven't had overtly much success scoring off set pieces this season. This one was from a fair bit out. It would have to take a couple of exchanges for it to end up on goal. It will fall to Padilla. And her outlet to Murphy was overcooked, and it'll go back to the Current. Throwing from along that far side. Ball pushed free. Here's Crotty. She'll go to Wells. Wells will try and push on. Lined up towards Sydney Watts. Lofted pass out in front to Williams in a foot race with Tobin. And Tobin will wall off. Possession to Peoria City on the throw-in. Nice flick ahead. Here's A.J. Mayock. She'll run onto it. Switches it outside to Wells. Waiting for some reinforcements. Pushes ahead. Yordan Padilla. And her speed will force another Peoria City throw-in from along that far side. Ball into Mayock. She'll go down. Be back to the Current as she lost her footing. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . This will be Addison Lang to take the opportunity for the Current. Their free kick sails out of play back to Peoria City. Wells in a bit of a joust. Trying to hunt out Murphy. She's in the midst of 4 Current players, and instead she will allow Padilla to perhaps throw this one in, and will. Here's Wells. Wells dancing out of 3. Physical presence from Wells, and her push is too far. Mallory Lund will have the goal kick for the Current. Give you a quick rundown of the unofficial stats so far in this one. 1 shot, no saves, no corners for Peoria City. 3 shots, 1 save, no corners for the KC Current. So we're in the 16th minute here in half number 1. Samantha Williams does well to intercept for the Current. Olivia Moore. Olivia Moore plays ahead. Watts with a shot. Blocked away by Cordray. Bree Cordray captaining that back line, able to stalwart the would-be Watts goal. Throw in for the Current, all the way to Watts. It'll be all too easy for Peoria City. Bree Cordray. Back in possession is Cordray. She's done a lot of facilitating from this back line so far in her right center back position. One touch passing from City to get out of trouble. Tobin caught up, well done by the Current's Addison Lang. Running onto it well, putting one on and sailing over top was Loudon Wilson. The Oklahoma State Cowgirl nearly opened the scoring. Current's press and this defensive half for Peoria City has been very effective on the heavy touches for Peoria City. Cordray off to Crotty. Typically in the midfield. Dropped back more as a holding midfielder here. She tries to get it ahead to Mayock. And Lund will just send it across midfield. Falling a touch short of that mark and off Padilla. Murphy in pursuit, doesn't like she'll get there first. Olivia Page. Turns it over, trying to get it up top to Law. Murphy still around in Lund, doing her best just to clear the attack. Williams against Tobin's been a matchup to watch here in the opening 20 minutes. There they meet up once more. Mayock trying to get the best of Olivia Moore. Now Peoria City putting a little press on of their own. And it will result in a Peoria City throw-in as they approach the final third. Tobin will have the throw-in for Peoria City. Williams making life hard for Tobin. Free ball into the midfield. Here's Moore. Big push on from Moore. Laying it through in an overlapping run. Was unable to connect with either Watts or Severns.
Peoria City fans, the Ducks on FarmingtonRoad.com. Now is the time you could win. From the 20th to the 30th minute of each home game, if Peoria City scores, everyone here in attendance will win 1/3 pound of battered chicken fingers with a sauce from Ducks on Farmington Road. Dine in only with the purchase of a drink required.
Williams retreating ever so slightly. Ball chipped ahead, well in behind. Lang all alone, puts the service in. Just inside the 6, gets it between the legs, but Erica Wells off the line. Still with it are the Currents, and put away by Crotty. That's now 2 efforts from the Peoria City defense at point-blank range. Ball laid in behind. Once more, Bree Cordray's there. Skylar Briggs with that last chance for the Current. Island Law. Briggs floats it into Williams. And Crotty will send it out once more for the Current throw-in. It'll be a goal kick for Peoria City, so the defensive stand holds, thanks in large part to Erica Wells clearing the line and holding this game 0-0 as we get towards the 23rd minute of the half. Current with a bit of press. Cordray. It will belong to Peoria City. Law tries to turn and burn. It will be a foul against the Currents' Skylar Briggs. The Cal Golden Bear and Torrance, California native. Started in all 19 matches for Cal. Just over 1,400 minutes played on the season. One of the few members of this KC Current 2 roster today. Not from nearby in the Kansas area. And Tobin and company collide once more with Briggs, and it will belong to Peoria City. Ball floated into Murphy. Tobin puts it ahead for Rylan Law. Falling to Tobin. Emily Tobin now. She'll go down this left wing. Now some forward chances for the Current. Joella Livingston swings it out wide to Padilla. Livingston to Mayock. And Mayock will lay it all the way back to Cordray. Briggs able to keep it in. Possession now with the Current. Bonnie Brandt. The Stanford Cardinal connecting with Briggs and trying to reset the shape here for the Current. Emily Murphy. Crotty trying to hunt out Emily Murphy. She has it. Murphy shot blocked by Lund. Ball still free. Foul against Peoria City. And Lund with her second save of the night to hold the game level. Watts laying one in behind. Heinenkamp tried to flip it backside to that back post, and there was nobody home. It will be another goal kick for Peoria City. After the first few minutes were dominated by the Current in time of possession, things have somewhat leveled out as Emily Murphy wins the one-on-one, trying to play ahead, laid off to Mayock. AJ Mayock puts on a shot, and it's just batted left. What an effort from her. Mayock scored 2 in Peoria City's last contest against Junction FC, and she nearly broke it open here. But again, Lund with that outstretched hand, able to push it just wide. She had 159 saves against 231 shots faced in her 36 career games for Southwestern College. And this will belong to Lund on the goal kick. Over halfway through the first half, still 0-0. Give you another quick update of the unofficial scoring. 3 shots, 1 save, 1 corner for Peoria City. As this one ricochets free, Murphy! A loose ball and Lund able to jump on it. And for the Current, 6 shots, 3 saves, and no corners. To Rylan Law. Jordan Padilla. Pre-Cordray. Long ball over the top. Free in the midfield for Lang. Ball laid in behind for Sam Williams. But once more, Peoria City doing well to cut out that final approach. But yeah, trying to have something they can run on. Mayock and Law not in too close proximity. Page has it. Now Lang trying to facilitate. Here's Briggs. And just out of the reach for the Current. Padilla will have the thrown along the far side. Pressure brought on. Williams nearly gets it once more. It will belong to Peoria City, and Tobin with the quick throw in. A.J. Mayock out wide to Padilla. Padilla, strong push forward towards Wells. Gonna run out of space here quick. Pushed out of play for Peoria City. Wells, Padilla chips it in. Rylan Law was always staying wide, but to even get a try onto that, it's well done by her. And Sammy Senek will be our first substitute of the night.
Peoria City substitution number 2, Sammy Senek.
And she will relieve Joella Livingston here in this first half. Tobin, header ball to Law. Senek early in on the action off the bench. Senek forcing the retreat, back on the ball once more. Now here's Watts. Heinenkamp. And there's the offside flag. Another substitute getting ready to check into the game for Peoria City. Seymour will see her first action here in just a moment. Bree Cordray facing some pressure. Cordray to Law. Law tried to backheel. There was nobody there. Now Law will just do it herself to Murphy. Mayock's dislodged. There'll be a handball off Mayock. Be a yellow by Mayock, perhaps a frustration yellow there. So set up the free kick for the Current. Brandt. Ball out wide. Current have generated plenty of opportunities here in the first half. Putting on a shot and easily hauled in. Shea again has come through on now 2 occasions in the first half. Currently leading the shot department 7-3. But Peoria City has put more of their shots on goal. In fact, all 3 have been, recording saves from Lund. This one gets over the head of Tobin. Laid ahead to Watts. And again, Bree Cordray having herself a first half.
Attention fans, would Morgan Ramsey report to the play pass table? Morgan Ramsey.
Getting near the 35th minute here in half number 1. So just over 10 to go before we hit the intermission. Padilla does just enough to try and get it past Watts. Watts still somehow gets a foot onto it. And Padilla does well just to tackle it out. Megan Heinenkamp. All played up to Emily Murphy. Takes it on a hot bounce. It will stay with the Current. So now we will see Seymour check into the contest, and she will substitute out Murphy, I believe. So Seymour, who's had some moments at the end of halves so far in her WPSL campaign, recorded a goal against Junction FC in the first half and came oh so close to putting Peoria City on the board in their match prior to that against Lou Fuse Athletic, in which she had her shot that was curling into goal get punched away. And a strong sweep out of play wakes up some of the bystanders in the stands. Here is Seymour. Lofted ball over the top. Yeah, Crotty trying to get it to Wells. It's two out in front of her. Quick throw-in coming for the Current. Sammy Senek falling back, trying to provide some help. Now here's Rylan Law. Severns is trying to make a move there for the KC Current. We'll go right back to her. Her and Wells having similar matchups to Williams and Tobin. Opposite of them here on the near side. This ball will be floated in the direction of Tobin. Brandt. Over to Page. All alone on the left wing. Opportunity here for the Current to get some bodies forward. Watts top of the formation. Watts loads one up and sails it beyond the 309. Excuse me, that was Loudon Wilson. Also in the air there for the Current. Possession to Briggs and the Current. Seymour trying to hold it for Peoria City, and it will belong to KC. Skylar Briggs laid ahead to Williams. Williams serves it in. Header ball off the top of the crossbar. Suchia got a touch on it. And once more, the goaltending in this game and the early going of the first half to this point has been very, very good. Already 9 shots for the Current in this half, 3 of which have forced saves. The opportunities coming aplenty now for the Current. Laid in, giving one go, off and it still stays out. Sucha might have just got enough of it. Pushes it off the backside post. Goal kick for Peoria City. Loudon Wilson couldn't have hit that any more square. And had that been perhaps a squared backside post instead of a rounded one, we might be looking at a 1-0 ball game. Senek on the ball trying to ward off. Here's Watts. Laid back out to Lang. Once more to Wilson. Wilson puts one on, and that had some bend and poison on it. Just over 5 minutes remaining before we get stoppage time here in the first half. Still 0-0 between Peoria City and the KC Current. Wilson couldn't get her pass through. She'll play it back to Briggs. Now Williams, good ball into Watts. Watts flips it back outside. And Yurdan Padilla was not fooled. It'll be a corner kick coming up for the Current. This will be their first of the night. They have turned up the offensive intensity here in the last 4 minutes and change. In-swinging ball. Guided to that back post. Header ball still free. Stabbed away by Peoria City. Monica Klaus getting ready to check in for Peoria City. Tobin got caught in trouble. Crotty can't get there. Suchuya off her post, and it will belong to her on a goal kick.
Peoria City substitution, 26, Annika Klaus.
She will substitute off for Wells. Cordray going her way. And a foul against Padilla of Peoria City. Will have a free kick coming for the Current. Just above the 18. Rylan Law has it for the moment for Peoria City. Give and go has her trying to hunt it back down. Briggs to Wilson. And she'll lay it off to Page. In behind to Williams. Little overcooked. It will belong to Peoria City on the goal kick. Tobin to Crotty. Yeah, Crotty out to Klaus. Annika Klaus. Here's Rylan Law. In the midst of a lot of bodies from the Current. All but one back in their own defensive half. Seymour to Mayock to Klaus. Ahead to Mayock again, but Page will be there. And it will belong to the Current. 45th minute on the horizon here in half number one. Give you another quick update of the unofficial stats to this point. 3 shots, 5 saves, 1 corner for Peoria City. 11 shots, 3 saves, 1 corner for the Current. Trying to hunt out Williams. A lot of space to run forward here. Tobin. Mayock turns. She can burn. Whipped outside to Klaus. Bodies in the box. put towards Seymour. That one sailed too far, and Lund has it. Mayock will call off Senek. And Rylan Law will be the last to touch it for Peoria City. It will belong to KC.
Referees determined there was approximately 1 minute of stoppage time.
Only 1 minute of stoppage time will be put back on here in the first half, so this will most likely be the last real chance either team has here in the opening 45 minutes. Williams, might she put one more in? Crotty will generate the corner as Williams was trying to put in some service. So we are over 30 seconds elapsed here in our stoppage time. Williams dissects. Williams puts it towards the back post. Header ball straight up and out of play. Goal kick to Peoria City. And that will end the first half of action. Our score after 45 minutes, Peoria City 0, KC Current 2-0. We want to take this time to remind you of some of the sponsors that make this broadcast, and there's like it in the future possible. First, for Ducks down on Farmington. I know the Clutch Sports Media crew was down there just last week, enjoyed ourselves some great food and great service from Ducks. We also want to shout out Green Chevrolet. Multiple locations around in the area, including one on Knoxville. Make sure to swing by, say hello, and tell them that Clutch Sports Media sent you on your way to buying a new car. We'll step aside for a quick break. We'll be back for more at halftime to break down the first half action. And again, it's Peoria City 0, KC Current 2-0 after the end of 45.
Peoria, Illinois, where an afternoon together opens up a world of adventure, and every splash becomes a shared adventure, where imagination runs as big as the machines themselves, proving that wonder comes in all sizes.
Whoa!
In Peoria, every adventure begins with just one step, and every doorway leads to discovery.
If you want to improve your game, contact the Yard to book a batting cage or field today.
Is your business surrounded by success?
Ours is.
Absolutely. 100% yes.
Knowing your company is surrounded by the best in the business is a great feeling. And that's the feeling you'll have working with PIP.
They manage our direct mail campaigns.
They produce all of our signage. They print our marketing materials.
For marketing, signs, and print, surround your business with more than 50 years of success. PIP.
Here's another home improvement insight from Custom Bath Solutions. Most bathroom remodels happen for two reasons: to keep up with style trends or to keep up with your changing family. We can take today's neutral trends and pops of color and pair them with 2-day tub-to-shower conversions, a spa-like oasis, or a no-barrier shower with grab bars as your family needs. Get started today and save 10%. Call 309-699-1100, click on custombathroomsolutions.com, or visit the Prairie Home Alliance showroom in Washington.
At Auto House of Peoria, we pride ourselves in delivering the best ownership experience in Central Illinois. From newly redesigned state-of-the-art facilities to community involvement right here at home, Auto House of Peoria strives to be your premier auto destination. Shop online at autohouseofpeoria.com today.
Peoria, Illinois, where an afternoon together opens up a world of adventure, and every splash becomes a shared adventure, where imagination runs as big as the machines themselves, proving that wonder comes in all sizes.
Whoa!
In Peoria, every adventure begins with just one step, and every doorway leads to discovery.
If you want to improve your game, contact the Yard to book a batting cage or field today.
Is your business surrounded by success?
Ours is.
Absolutely. 100% yes.
Knowing your company is surrounded by the best in the business is a great feeling. And that's the feeling you'll have working with PIP.
They manage our direct mail campaigns.
They produce all of our signage. They print our marketing materials.
For marketing, signs, and print, surround your business with more than 50 years of success. PIP.
Here's another home improvement insight from Custom Bath Solutions. Most bathroom remodels happen for two reasons: to keep up with style trends or to keep up with your changing family. We can take today's neutral trends and pops of color and pair them with 2-day tub-to-shower conversions, a spa-like oasis, or a no-barrier shower with grab bars as your family needs. Get started today and save 10%. Call 309-699-1100, click on custombathroomsolutions.com, or visit the Prairie Home Alliance showroom in Washington.
At Auto House of Peoria, we pride ourselves in delivering the best ownership experience in Central Illinois. From newly redesigned state-of-the-art facilities to community involvement right here at home, Auto House of Peoria strives to be your premier auto destination. Shop online at autohouseofpeoria.com today.
Peoria, Illinois, where an afternoon together opens up a world of adventure, and every splash becomes a shared adventure, where imagination runs as big as the machines themselves.
Welcome back to Shea Stadium here in Peoria, Illinois. I'm Cody Roskins, flying solo with you tonight as Peoria City hosts KC Current 2. After the end of the first half, 0-0. The score stands between these two sides in this exhibition as Peoria City takes a brief pause away from their Gateway Division schedule. Don't have much to mark down in terms of highlighted plays in the first half. It was a couple of quick saves by the Peoria City defense and back line, including Erica Wells clear off the line of goal that held this game 0-0. Opposite of them, Lund has been good for the Current in goal. The Southwestern College product has held her own as well. Her offense is putting charges into the attacking third. 11 unofficial shots registered by the Current in this one. I want to take another quick moment to thank some of our sponsors that make this broadcast and others like it in the future possible. First, for Ducks down on Farmington and Green Chevrolet. Obviously, swing by them in their multiple local locations if you can, and in your next process of buying a new or used vehicle, and tell them Clutch Sports Media sent you. Now, we kind of teased it, but back to Ducks on Farmington. Again, thank them for their great food and service. We hit down last week and we were treated some very good food, good service, good times as well. And I'm sure we'll be back again very shortly. We're going to go ahead and step aside for another quick break as we get set for the second half action between KC Current 2 and Peoria City.
Peoria, Illinois, where an afternoon together opens up a world of adventure, and every splash becomes a shared adventure, where imagination runs as big as the machines themselves, proving that wonder comes in all sizes.
Whoa!
In Peoria, every adventure begins with just one step, and every doorway leads to discovery.
If you want to improve your game, contact the Yard to book a batting cage or field today.
Here's another home improvement insight from Custom Bath Solutions. Most bathroom remodels happen for two reasons: to keep up with style trends or to keep up with your changing family. We can take today's neutral trends and pops of color and pair them with 2-day tub-to-shower conversions, a spa-like oasis, or a no-barrier shower with grab bars as your family needs. Get started today and save 10%. Call 309-699-1100, click on CustomBathroomSolutions.com, or visit the Prairie Home Alliance showroom in Washington.
Welcome back to Shea Stadium once more here in Peoria, Illinois. I'm Cody Roskins, bringing you some halftime updates between the KC Current 2 and Peoria City in this exhibition match as Peoria City steps away from their Gateway Division schedule in their inaugural season. First half highlights: A.J. Mayock records the lone booking for either side in this one, recording her yellow card. Opposite of her, no real problems to speak of for anybody on the Current in terms of the booking department. They have generated more than their fair chances offensively. Give you a quick rundown of the unofficial stats to this point. 3 shots, 5 saves, and 1 corner for Peoria City in the first 45 minutes. 11 shots, 3 saves, 1 corner for KC Current 2. Again, these two sides playing an exhibition match. This as the middle of 3 games for the KC Current 2. They recently got a game in with Minnesota Aurora, the powerhouse out of the USLW, who is planning on transitioning up soon. And, of course, this game here with Peoria City will prelude their tomorrow night match against Lou Fuse Athletic, a fellow Gateway Division opponent for Peoria City. We want to go ahead and step aside for another short break as we get set for the next 45 minutes here in the second half.
Peoria, Illinois, where an afternoon together opens up a world of adventure, and every splash becomes a shared adventure, where imagination runs as big as the machines themselves, proving that wonder comes in all sizes.
Whoa!
In Peoria, every adventure begins with just one step, and every doorway leads to discovery.
Want to improve your game? Contact the Yard to book a batting cage or field today.
Is your business surrounded by success?
Ours is.
Absolutely. 100% yes.
Knowing your company is surrounded by the best in the business is a great feeling. And that's the feeling you'll have working with PIP.
They manage our direct mail campaigns.
They produce all of our signage. They print our marketing materials.
For marketing, signs, and print, surround your business with more than 50 years of success. PIP.
Here's another home improvement insight from Custom Bath Solutions. Most bathroom remodels happen for two reasons: to keep up with style trends or to keep up with your changing family. We can take today's neutral trends and pops of color and pair them with 2-day tub-to-shower conversions, a spa-like oasis, or a no-barrier shower with grab bars as your family needs. Get started today and save 10%. Call 309-699-1100, click on custombathroomsolutions.com, or visit the Prairie Home Alliance showroom in Washington.
At Auto House of Peoria, we pride ourselves in delivering the best ownership experience in Central Illinois. From newly redesigned state-of-the-art facilities to community involvement right here at home, Auto House of Peoria strives to be your premier auto destination. Shop online at autohouseofpeoria.com today.
Welcome back to Shea Stadium once more here in Peoria, Illinois, as we continue to count down the final seconds before these two sides return to the field and we get the second half action underway. I want to take this time to once again thank our sponsors that make this broadcast and others like it in the future possible. First, for Ducks down on Farmington. We've said it a few times this broadcast, but please make sure you swing down. Great food, great service, great people. A really good night to spend with the family down at Ducks. Also want to give a shout out to Green Chevrolet and their multiple locations. If you're in the market for a new or used car, please swing by and tell them Clutch Sports Media sent you and they'll hook you up. As we get down to the last 5 seconds here at the halftime intermission, both teams have returned to the field and are just about ready to get back underway. It was a scoreless first half that saw plenty of chances for each side. Peoria City came close, about 10 minutes remaining in the half to putting one through, but much like the Oceans Go, Tide came back and KC Current put a lot of opportunities on goal, but the Peoria City defense did not crack. They will flip sides of attack here in half number 2. Peoria City will work from left to right across your screen. Opposite of them, KC Current 2 will work from right to left. Lund positioning herself right in front of the 309, who I'm sure will be loud in this second half. Been a good crowd on hand. Beautiful night for soccer here in Central Illinois. Want to encourage all fans to continue to turn out this season and support Peoria City soccer. Only its 4th year of existence. The men's team off on the road tonight. We'll give you a quick score update from there as they take on fellow unbeaten Springfield FC. And as the men team register out in front first, at halftime it is 1-0 in favor of the Carp. They will return here for Tuesday. So again, we encourage all fans to not only turn out for just the women's games, but the men's game here this upcoming Tuesday. This one's lined up the near side by Padilla. A similar looking squad that ended the half for each side will make the appearance here to open up the second half. Ball outside to Rylan Law. Rylan Law does well to push on, and a foul against Peoria City. A.J. Mayock slightly disagrees. Coming up next for Peoria City's women, they'll have some upcoming contests with the Missouri Reign, Junction FC, and FC Pride over the early weeks of June before the men return home for essentially 4 games over that span of time. Men having 1 home game in the early weeks of June coming Tuesday. Free kick for Peoria City. Ball lined in behind towards Klaus and Seymour. Here's Sammy Senek, the Illinois State Redbird. Well done in retreat by the Current. Trying to play it up the seam to Seymour. Over the top to Watts. Watts nearly had a chance to get a tap onto that one. Just out in front. Senek to Law, has it stabbed away. Here's Bree Cordray. It'll be a Current throw-in. Ball in the danger area. And this will be a foul against the Current, drawn by Rylan Law. Ball intercepted and out of play. And it'll be off Klaus to the Current. Teresa Detta with the ball. Right back to her. Detta going high, playing it backside. Now in a no man's land for Seymour. Somehow Rylan Law runs onto it. She tries to advance it to Seymour, but well done in defense by the Current. Mayock trying to tackle on to Page. Mayock again. And a foul against KC Current too as Mayock, he's forcing her will onto that one. She's been that physical presence today for Peoria City that they've needed. Now a free kick and a opportunity to put one into the mixer. Ball falls inside. Free one for Peoria City. Blocked away by Lund. Still free and possessed by Peoria City. Continuing to push on. Trying to find some help. Tobin. Still in play. And Rylan Law takes a stab at it before the Current on the breakout. Addison Lang up to Watts. Laying it outside for Heinenkamp. Back inside, hold in. Well executed by the Current. But they couldn't best the Peoria City defense. And Suchiya, again from Takasaki, Japan, and will be playing this fall at Valparaiso. Klaus working one-on-one against Page. Page making life difficult. And all too easy for Lund just outside the 6. Here's Watts. Watts trying to get through. Her shot off the crossbar. Watts strapped a couple rockets to that one and just couldn't find the bottom portion of the crossbar. That's now 2 that have banked out for the Current. Wilson's try in the first half hit that far post just on the wrong spot of that circular cross and rebounded its way out. Another opportunity here. Here's Williams. Her shot's blocked. The offense coming a little more quickly for both these teams here early in half number 2. Here's Olivia Page. Padilla, soft touch, tackle forced in and taken away. Here's Watts again. Watts driving. Watts puts one on, again hauled in. Watts pleading her case that she was fouled and she might have been just slightly inside the 18, would have possibly forced a penalty had it been called. Padilla with an awkward touch, and Cordray sends it out of play. Will reset her defense. Padilla back to Lund. Here's Emily Tobin. Misplayed here. It's going to have to be up to Cordray. Back inside. Cordray answers the call. Looked like for the moment that KC Current would have had an easy goal, but Hideki and Cordray able to essentially in tandem snuff out that opportunity. 55th minute here in half number 2. So we will have 2 subs coming in for the Current. Isabella Field. We'll check into the contest for KC Current.
Current substitutions, 50 Isabella Field and 73 Grace Coppinger.
And Grace Coppinger will be the second sub for the Current. And Seymour takes the foul against Coppinger, a defender from TCU by way of Kansas City, Missouri. She had appeared in 9 games, making 3 starts for the Horned Frogs. Was able to get on the offense a little bit last season, taking a shot against Iowa State back in October.
Attention fans, the concessions and merch stands will be open for only 10 more minutes.
Bodies forward here for KC. Big run forward here. Olivia Moore. Olivia Moore sails it into the pines. That being the 17th shot of the night by the Current. They have forced 9 saves by the Peoria City defense. A few more subs getting ready to come into the contest. For Peoria City, Grace Kilman will be one of 3 to soon check in with Liza Wiley. Heavy touch by the Current will result in the Peoria City throw-in.
Peoria City substitutions. 11, Grace Kilman.
Grace Kilman.
14, Kylie Huppiger.
And third substitution will be Liza Wiley. As we aforementioned, they will relieve Law, Crotty, and Senek. So almost a midfield rotation coming for Peoria City. Kilman got on to the assist action for Peoria City in their match against Junction FC. John Husak looking for a little momentum here off the bench. Substitutions also coming into the match for KC Current.
And 46, Caroline Caskins.
Caroline Caskins, that last move for the Current. Padilla will have the near side throw in. Pushed out of play. Isabella Field forcing the issue there for the Current. Here's Castens. Another one of those Kansas City products. She's a Jayhawk. Now here's Seymour. Walls off. Anaya Seymour trying to cross back over, and she loses possession. Out to Coppinger. Lund trying to get it by Tobin. It falls to Peoria City. Here's Kilman. Padilla in control for Peoria City. She's run off the ball. Able to still float it free. Pushed on. Padilla. That'll belong to Peoria City. They'll have a throw in deep inside the final third. Jordan Padilla. Seymour lines it in, nobody home. Just got beyond the reach of Klaus. And Peoria City will elect to reset. Heavy pressure coming from the Current. All slightly undercooked. Now here's an opportunity for the Current. Sent up towards Seymour. Just a half step behind for Detta. Trying to find an avenue forward. Both these teams, again, scoreless to this point. The goaltending's been very good between the two sides, but both offense really trying to connect on that final intriguing pass. And so far, it's been in large part the defensive efforts from both back lines that have held this game at 0-0. KC Current's defense has been very stout, only allowing 4 shots on the evening unofficially to Peoria City. Ball let outside to Tobin. Tobin moving forward. Just staying inside the run of play and finally going back out to the Current. As we will have another substitution coming into the game as Hannah Langstaff, a defender and midfielder from South Dakota State, by way of Washington, Illinois. So a local product here for Peoria City entering the contest. She was a transfer from Akron earlier in her collegiate career. Over 2,300 minutes played at the D1 level. Ball sails off for the Current as we are getting near the 63rd minute. Tough tackle out of play, well done by the Current's Isabella Field. She's a forward from Arkansas, had career high in shots last year with 8, and shots on goal with 5. Against Northwestern State, she was able to tack on 2 goals for the Razorbacks. Langstaff. Ball swung outside. Momentum forward here for the Current. Laid in behind. Fancy footwork. Field. And it will generate a corner kick for the Current. It'll be a 3-person rotation incoming for Kansas City. Lily DiBernardo will be one of those moves. A forward from Cincinnati, originally from Kansas City, Missouri. And that one still free in the box. Somehow found its way back out towards Kilman. Again lined back in, headed away. Shot rolled on, blocked away. One more opportunity, Williams. And that one will go back out for a, Peoria City goal kick.
Current substitutions, 80, Bella Smith. 49.
So it'll be Bella Smith, midfielder from Tennessee.
Lily DiBernardo.
Bree Cordray here for Peoria City. '65th minute here in half number 2. Ball dislodged. Chance for the Current. Taken away by Cordray again. That's now the 3rd time she's effectively stalled out a KC attack. Her chance in the first half, her slide tackle in the penalty area, saved what would have been goal. And now 2 efforts in roughly a 10-minute span here in the second half. Ball floating nearly out of play for Padilla. Makes a swift move forward. Trying to line it in behind. Well done in defense by the Current. And we'll have substitutes coming into the match. Emily Murphy will check back in. And she will sub out for Seymour. Murphy, and foul against the Current. Bella Smith recording that one. She redshirted during the 2024 fall soccer season for the Volunteers. Service in. Crowding Lund. Free ball as Lund was knocked to the ground. They had the chance to beat the keeper, but instead the Current will sweep it out to Cordray. Ball in behind, takes the touch. Here's a chance for City to keep it in. And it just crosses over that back end line. It will be a goal kick for Lund. And it will come out for a Peoria City corner. I thought perhaps a last touch there for the Carp. Instead, this will be a set piece opportunity here late in this match. Just the second corner of the night for the Carp, and it'll be a goal kick to Lund this time. Chance to get forward here for the Current. Up the near channel. And forced out of play. Once more sticking with Peoria City. Padilla will have the near-sided throw in. Klaus trying to work her way back onto the ball. Well done to dance out of traffic by Bella Smith. And Padilla clears it. Bella Smith. Langstaff gets in on the action, and a foul against Smith as Langstaff tries to get some forward progress here for Peoria City with roughly 22 and change to go. A lot of bodies forward here for Peoria City. Ball over the top, punched away by Lund. Still here, here's Langstaff. Langstaff shots blocked. Cordray. Right back to her. Bree Cordray. Out wide to Tobin. She's dispossessed. Played just too far out in front for the Current. Continue to work it around. Grace Kilman now. '70th minute here in the second half. Still nothing between these two sides. KC Current 2 and Peoria City in an exhibition match. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. And I'm Cody Roskins, going solo with you here this evening on Clutch Sports Media as Peoria City takes a brief step away from their Gateway Division schedule. They will have upcoming matches against Missouri Rain Junction FC and FC Pride in the coming days as they look to resume their in-division matches, but for the time being, taking a really good opportunity to learn and grow from a quality KC Current 2 side. A lot of these players will someday be looking at chances to make appearances on the first team for the KC Current of name out of Kansas City, Missouri. I was talking with some of their coaches and before the game and just how grateful they were for this opportunity for Peoria to, one, host them, but two, give them a quality look as they look to grow their brand. And they were not shy about saying, yes, we view this as an opportunity for us as coaches and players, too, to scout on the potential future of their organization and are very proud of the fact and the progress that they have made, including the women's only facility, one of the first of its kind in the world for women's soccer. Out in Riverside, Missouri. Klaus able to get it to Padilla. It will go to the Current. Throw in taken away by Padilla. Chance for Peoria City. Kilman. One hop in front of Lund. And Murphy with a foul after the fact. This would perhaps be a yellow. Instead, it looks like just a stern talking to. In behind the Castons. Trying to get service in. Field whips a nice one in. Shot on the way, and it's just wide for the Current. Having a good look at it and nearly putting the scoring open. That being their 19th shot of the evening. Outpacing Peoria City by now 13 in that department. But despite that, this game still holds level, doing, again, in large part to the team defense of Peoria City. Multiple players have cleared a goal off the line tonight. Murphy undercuts it. Able to battle through and lay it off to Padilla. Padilla over the top, trying to hunt out Langstaff. And forced out of options and sending it out of play. Padilla will have another near-sided throw-in as we get to about the last 15 minutes here in regulation. And Padilla will send it right back to the Current. Ball takes an awkward bounce to Murphy. Cut out by the Current again. They have just not let up much. Olivia Moore has been very impactful in regaining possession for the Current tonight. Ball to Bella Smith. It's underserved. Padilla's here. Jordan Padilla. Klaus back to Padilla. Ball sent in well. Hannah Langstaff, who has been all over the field in this second half, able to make the adjustment. Erica Wells coming back into the match. Haven't seen her since about the 31st minute of the first half. She took a long rest off the bench in this exhibition match, getting multiple players opportunities. And Bree Cordray's advance will fall in possession to the Current. Tough touch from DiBernardo. Has Peoria City back in possession. Connection from Langstaff. And Isabella Field called for the foul, and that could have resulted in a big break for the Current. I want to give you another quick update from the Peoria City's men's games after this service in. Ball staying with the Current. Big push forward here by the Current. Swung outside again. DiBernardo tries to whip it in, and it's sent away. That update from the men's game into the 65th minute. Still 1-0 in favor of the Peoria City men's team. And Sosi was a really good effort to get back into that play and force one over the back end line, and this will be a corner kick, 4th of the night for the KC Current 2. Be a in-swinging ball. 2 subs getting ready to check in for the Current as we get into the 78th minute here in Peoria. Towards the back post. Great chance in front of goal and just misstruck. Well-placed service that time for the Current.
78, Olivia Page, and 58, Loudon Wilson.
So Loudon Wilson and Olivia Page both return to the contest after being starters to begin the match. Again, give you a quick update of the unofficial stats in this one. 6 shots, 9 saves, 2 corners for Peoria City. For KC Current 2, 20 shots, 5 saves, 4 corners. Murphy will be called for the foul, and there's a down member of the Current. So hopefully everything's okay. It's been a fairly clean and constant flowing match, but that collision with Murphy appears to have resulted in a need for stoppage. Hopefully nothing too major. Don't have a number for you yet on the injured member for the Current. Appears to be okay enough to get up with a little bit of assistance. Again, favoring that right leg, hopefully for everything to be okay. These two teams have played a heck of an exhibition today. As we officially cross into the 80th minute, of course, that time needed for the stoppage will be tacked on the end for stoppage time. That has really been the lone halt of play that we've had today. It's been, again, a very free-flowing match between the two. Only 1 minute of stoppage time in half number one, and it seems like both these two teams are very eager to hunt out a winner. Bonnie Brandt will check in.
And substitution 40 of Bonnie Brandt.
And here is Brandt. Brandt will drive on a little bit. Now appears the Current have a little bit of renewed life and energy. Chance here, shot on, and there's the leader! KC out in front, off the goal by Isabella Field. The Arkansas Razorback opens it up 1-0 with 10 minutes to go. Just as I was saying, it appeared they have a little bit of renewed energy. Field opens it back up, and Peoria City now hunting an equalizer as time begins to run few. Ball's taken away again. Here's Murphy. Excuse me, not Murphy. Cutting inside to Wells. Cordray. Padilla. Ball laid in behind. Bella Smith. Padilla was not fooled. Padilla again continues to push on. It's 4-on-4. Padilla switching it over the top of Murphy. There was an avenue to be had, but Padilla just running out of time and real estate to make a move. Again, KC2. Off to Padilla, Langstaff in support. Hanging it into Kilman. Kilman trying to get to her left foot. And here's Padilla. Padilla from a long way out. It was a fair attempt from Padilla. Just over that right 90.
Current goal scored by number 50, Isabella Field. Assisted by 54, Tyler Gidrick.
Current looking for a second. And out of play belonging to Tobin. Subs coming in. Joella Livingston and Rylan Law with fresh legs will try and find their way into the offensive attack.
9, Rylan Law, and 5, Joella Livingston.
Good shift for those two in the first half as they will try and, again, find a way to put one past Lundaday, who has recorded 5 saves on the day but has had a few efforts better than that. Navigating through. And swung outside. Rylan Law making life difficult, and it will belong to the Current. Law has that kind of breakaway speed that if she was able to get a hold of one of those would make you hold your breath. And Cordray will send it out. Her defense will get a chance to 1, catch their breath, and 2, reset as we are in the 84th minute. Dangerous opportunity. Field nearly scored her second. Another update for you out of Springfield. The men's team into the 80th minute. They still hold a 1-0 edge over Springfield FC in a battle of unbeatens in the Great Plains division, which holds significant weight with fellow unbeaten Des Moines Menace falling earlier this week to Sunflower State FC, who they will be playing in action tonight. Joella Livingston. Nice through ball, but it gets to Lund first. And ball out of play. Speaking of that Menace match, which does have pertinence to the men's team, they currently are up 4-1 against Sunflower State FC. So the Menace, much like they've shown throughout their 30 years of League Two action, asserting their dominance over a division foe and look to have gotten their get back against Sunflower State FC, and which would put them in a close race for, at the time, second now with Springfield FC, should the Peoria City men's team hold on. Joella Livingston. And Padilla will escort it out of play to go back to Peoria City. Nobody home on the Peoria City attack, and Lund will have it all too easily. City putting the high press on. They are trying to earn that turnover in the run of play that could see them out with numbers. And now they're going to have to absorb the approach from the Current. Nearly getting said turnover. Law's close. Here's Padilla. And Jordan Padilla has it. Nowhere to go but forward. Charging on is Jordan Padilla and forces the Peoria City throw-in. Erica Wells will have the throw-in here for Peoria City. Wells to Kilman. Back to Kilman. Lines it inside to Law. Had Law gotten a touch on that, there might have been a chance to turn and score for City. Isabella Field over the top and offsides.
Peoria City substitution 7, Leah Crotty.
Leah Crotty will come back in here in the 88th minute. Recordre may try and drop one in from a fair bit out to a teammate. Joella Livingston. Well, here's Fields. Cordre's going to have to try and make something of this chance defensively. And we'll stick with the current. Excuse me, no, it will be Padilla for Peoria City. '89th minute, getting very close to stoppage time. Lund. Good distribution. Here's Field again. Field will let it up top. Putting one on, skating wide, no touch, and it will be Peoria City on the goal kick as we are in the 90th minute. Here's Murphy. Couldn't quite hold it for Peoria City. Ball whipped outside. Dropped in sharply. Cutting back in. Could it be a second? Off the top of the crossbar again. That's the second one that hasn't connected from that range. It's put back inside the mixer and cleared away by Sosi. Now here's Erica Wells. Wells on the advance with some help. Wells driving on well. It will be a Peoria City. No, it will be a goal kick for Lund. It looked like Wells might have generated the opportunity. '90th minute we are in and beyond, so stoppage time we are now playing. So 5 minutes will be put back on to the end of this match, due in large part to the 1 goal and 1 injury timeout we've had. Here's Murphy. Murphy lays it off, loading up a shot, and easily hauled in as Kylie tried to put her mark on this match. 30 seconds gone here in stoppage time. Again, we are playing 5 minutes of stoppage time. Cordray. Wind starting to pick up here at Shea Stadium. Here's Joella Livingston. And sent out for the Peoria City throw-in. Murphy to Livingston. Joella Livingston. Murphy headed in behind. Kylie able to navigate out of traffic. Tried to play it through to Law. Just miscommunication there. Looked like Law maybe wanted it played outside for her to run onto. Peoria City giving KC Current all they can handle here tonight in this exhibition, but the Current so far find themselves out in front. Future players at the NPSL level doing what they do best and perform. Ball over the top. Again results in a Peoria City throw in. Time getting thin as we are over 2 minutes of the 5 here in stoppage time. Ball laid in behind. KC Current, if they have a second, it might end it. Still with an opportunity. Played loose. Fields! There is 2. Isabella Field tacks on the second for the Current, and that one all but seals the match. In a tough evening for Peoria City, they again played a very solid outing today as we got to the 80th minute tonight before action really started to take off. It was the quick burst out of the injury timeout for the KC Current that really saw them mount the attack for their first goal.
Current goal, her second of the game, scored by number 50, Isabella Field. Assisted by number 49, Teresa Data.
Erica Wells will not be able to get a hold of it before it goes out of play. She will have the quick throw in. So we are about 4 minutes into the 5 of stoppage time. Padilla knifes in. Back to Livingston. Shot straight up in the air. Field pushing it back. Again, over 4 gone. Another chance at the back post for the Current. And it will stick with the Current as we approach the final seconds in this one. And there is the full-time whistle from Peoria, Illinois and Shea Stadium. It's KC Current 2, Peoria City 0 in this final exhibition. But again, a well-played exhibition between these two teams tonight. Got a lot out of this match from both sides and a lot to learn from and be taken on into each of their seasons. And for the Current, they will head south to St. Louis tomorrow to take on Lou Fuse Athletic, and we wish them the best of luck in their endeavors down south in St. Louis. For Peoria City, they will look to turn their attention back to the Gateway Division with matches against Missouri Rain, Junction FC, and FC Pride in the coming weeks. We want to take a quick time to toss to a quick break before we sign off officially from Shea Stadium. I want to thank you all for watching.
Peoria, Illinois, where an afternoon together opens up a world of adventure, and every splash becomes a shared adventure, where imagination runs as big as the machines themselves, proving that wonder comes in all sizes.
Whoa!
In Peoria, every adventure begins with just one step, and every doorway leads to discovery.
improve your game? Contact the Yard to book a batting cage or field today.
Is your business surrounded by success?
Ours is.
Absolutely. 100% yes.
Knowing your company is surrounded by the best in the business is a great feeling. And that's the feeling you'll have working with PIP.
They manage our direct mail campaigns.
They produce all of our signage. They print our marketing materials.
For marketing, signs, and print, surround your business with more than 50 years of success. PIP.
Here's another home improvement insight from Custom Bath Solutions. Most bathroom remodels happen for two reasons: to keep up with style trends or to keep up with your changing family. We can take today's neutral trends and pops of color and pair them with 2-day tub-to-shower conversions, a spa-like oasis, or a no-barrier shower with grab bars as your family needs. Get started today and save 10%. Call 309-699-1100, click on CustomBathroomSolutions.com, or visit the Prairie Home Alliance showroom in Washington.
At Auto House of Peoria, we pride ourselves in delivering the best ownership experience in Central Illinois. From newly redesigned state-of-the-art facilities to community involvement right here at home, Auto House of Peoria strives to be your premier auto destination. Shop online at AutoHouseOfPeoria.com today.